This is the 2025 forecast for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Also, if you're interested in anybody that has a lot of planetary placements in Virgo, this might be of interest. It might not resonate. If it does, claim it. If not, come back in a couple months. It might resonate then. We're going to start off by pulling some Moonology cards. These will help us figure out maybe what months are more important than others when it comes to careers, finances, relationships. Then we'll pull some cards from the tarot to talk about relationships, partnerships, friendships, family. Then we'll pull some cards from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck to see about life paths, health, mental health, things that we need to focus on in regards to that. And then we'll pull some cards from another tarot deck to talk about finances and career. And then we'll end with the Animal Oracle deck. We'll pull some Animal Oracle cards, which will be service totems to let you know that the universe is telling you that you're on track here. Okay, Virgo, what does Virgo need to know in 2025? Heard four, so we're going to do four cards for Virgo, please. What does Virgo need to know? It either the eclipse season, which is in March, and August is going to be very important for you this year. I think it's generally eclipse seasons are important for everyone. So I'm getting that energy, but let's see what the cards say if they can identify some other. So there's some special moon cards that don't sort correspond to dates meant to be. That's why I got the number four. Um, Nothing is yet set in stone. So if there's something that you're dreading that's going to happen, just know that it might not. Nothing's set in stone. So um, you have the ability to can't think of the word. You have the ability to change your future, right? We get another uh, special moon card. This is hold your vision. This is the fixed moon. So if you have some goal that you've been working towards, Virgo, that hasn't quite yet happened, know that it's got the potential to happen this year. And again, I think it's going to be around the eclipse seasons, which might be why we're not getting um, cards that correspond to dates. Look at the bigger picture. Ask yourself, what is the bigger picture that you're trying to manifest? The full moon in Sagittarius is in June. Again, this is like that eclipse season. Oh, sorry, no, that's not eclipse season, but June. June's going to be an important month when it comes to career. I feel in relationships. And then we get, yeah, the eclipse season. So this is the full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, and you've probably been working at it a long time, and you maybe gotten some news that was a little bit discouraging, know that it can happen. And it can happen this year. I would look towards the eclipse seasons, which are March and September, and then also the month of June, I think is going to be an important month for you, Virgo. Okay, so let's pull some cards from the tarot about relationships, friendships, family. I'm getting for some of you, Virgo, that you might be trying to start a family, and maybe you've been struggling with that. Know that the energy's there for that to happen. And again, I would look towards the eclipse season, the March and September, for that to happen. What does Virgo need to know? Relationships. I also get that there's a couple of you that are caregivers, probably for an older parent, perhaps just an older person in general. And it's feeling very stressful and unappreciative. Know that the person that you're caring for is appreciative. They're just not able to express it. Does Virgo need to know? Getting like a big body of water, like a beach, whether it's a lake, big lake, like one of the Great Lakes, or an ocean, you might meet a romantic interest in an area like that, like unexpectedly, if you're single, or if you're partnered. taking a trip to the beach might be a way to rekindle the flames. So there's going to be a lot of energy. This is the Tower card. It's not a negative card. Um, and this particular type of reading, it's just saying there's going to be a lot of explosive energy when it comes to relationships this year. So, with passion can come a little bit of fear, but work through the fear. I think you have a great potential to find love if you're looking for love, or rekindle love if you're looking for that. Also, old friendships that have kind of petered out, maybe they're friends from college or your first job or whatever, those might come back into the picture. It might be very exciting and full of laughter as you go, reminisce on things. Here we get the Queen of Pentacles. This is about steadiness. So, whatever relationships, new or current, that you encounter this year, be steady within them. This almost gives me the feeling of, we are all flawed. Um, I get that you might meet somebody and your initial impression might not be very good. Be steady and realize that, not everybody has the greatest day every day. That obviously doesn't mean forgive the unforgivable. It just means that let people make mistakes, and be charitable in the way you view those mistakes as you would want people to view your mistakes. Uh, I think that's what that's about. I think you're going to have some new relationships. I think they're going to be quite fiery and passionate, if that's what you're looking for. We got the Page of Wands, which is also a message that's pretty fiery. Um, there is some potential for some conflict as well. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But if you're aware that there's the potential for conflict in relationships that you currently have, and I'm getting a pull towards family here. It might be a fight over money, situations like that. Uh, know that you hold the card, though, that can steady that tension. That doesn't mean don't give in to what the other people want, just to let the situation go. It just means you have the ability to moderate that uh, discussion and bring uh, resolution to it for everybody. So I think it's a very exciting year for you, Virgo. I think there's a lot of potential for some really exciting things to happen on the relationship fronts, and to repair some friendships as well, if that's something that needs to happen for you. Okay. Since the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, let's pull some cards to get some life path messages, and also some messages about maybe health that we need to focus on. I'm getting that someone here that's listening to this has been going to therapy and feels a little bit ashamed about that. Um, Discuss that with your therapist. I'm not a therapist, but I think it's like you're being way too hard on yourself. It's everybody needs, I think the world would be a better place if everybody goes to therapy for a year or two, but that's just my personal opinion. I get, you know, there's some feeling of shame around certain things. I don't know exactly what it is for everybody that's listening, but um, shame is a self-induced thing. We're the ones that create shame for ourselves. Know that others probably don't see it the same way. So let's see what the oracle cards have to say. Yeah, we get the wise one. Grow within your current situation. So whatever it is that you're working on, it has the potential to grow. So whether that's working on yourself, your mental health, your physical health, or if that's working towards a career goal or an educational goal, grow within yourself. You definitely have that potential to succeed in that those endeavors. The snake card, shed your old skin. I think this is about getting rid of the baggage that's holding you back, whether that's, some childhood trauma that maybe you're working through or some trauma that's happened in the past. This could even just be trauma that's happened to society. There's been a lot of geopolitical stuff happening the last 6 months that has been pretty devastating, maybe even longer than that. Um, Working through that and getting a new perspective is something that I think will help you move forward quicker. Um, it's kind of like the hanged man in the tarot. It's like you might, on certain issues, be in a state of pause and suspension, not really knowing how to proceed. And, I think, perhaps, talking with close friends, family members that you trust might be a way to get through that, or seeking counseling if that's something that's of interest to you. I'm not suggesting that you need it. I'm not suggesting anybody has any problems. Counseling is merely a way of getting more out of life, if is my way of seeing it. Then we get the seer card. This says, see beyond your current situation. This is exactly the messages that have been coming to me. Um, the situation that you're in now, you might not be content with. If you are content with it, then this message isn't for you. But if you're not, there is more out there. There's a bigger potential to be had. You just have to see through the fog of the trauma and the stuff that's let you feel like you're trapped. And once you're able to do that, you'll be able to see all the potential that the world has to offer you this year, Virgo. So it's a very exciting time, a very healing year, is what I'm getting. Okay, let's pull some cards from the Wild Reflections Tarot to get some messages on career and finances. What does Virgo need to know on career, finances, money? Also include travel and those things, especially if you're retired. If you're retired, it's whatever you're working on, whether it be volunteerism, political activism, anything that is of your focus. That's your career. It could even be your family. Again, what does Virgo need to know? So I'm seeing the Ace of Pentacles. I think there's a possibility for a promotion or even a new job. I'm also getting that for some of you that might require moving out of state, and that might seem a little bit scary. That might be what that seer card is about. Um, Seeing beyond and realizing that taking that leap of faith will ultimately be a good choice. So we get the Ten of Swords. So this is a dark chapter of your life is ending. So if you've been really struggling with finances, know that's going to come to an end this year. If you've been struggling with, if you're retired and you've been struggling with some family situations, know that that's going to start to heal. So that just goes along with this healing thing. You're a little bit nervous about your career and money. That's kind of the energy I'm picking up about. And that's maybe what's holding you back. So this is the Nine of Wands. This is sometimes called the Weary or Warrior card. Um, know that, you set the limitations on yourself. Don't let others set limitations for you. That's the message I'm getting. So if you want to go for that promotion, go for it. What's the worst that happens? You don't get it, right? You can't get a job that you don't apply for. You can't um, accomplish a goal if you don't try. So I think that's what that's about. And that goes along with that Sears card that's really sticking out in my mind. And then this is a great card. You get the World card. Uh, Whatever it is that's been holding you back, it's going to draw to a conclusion. Whatever in life has been troubling you, it's going to come to a conclusion this year. You're going to be able to see beyond that and to move forward with strength and wisdom. All right, Virgo, let's pick some cards from the Animal Oracle deck or the and see what totems and stuff might serve as guides for you. They also have little messages that um, might help us gain a little bit more insight into this reading. What does Virgo need to know? What totems can help them? Messages for Virgo as they navigate through the 2025. The first 2 months of 2025, I think, are going to be quite difficult for most of us. That's just a message for the collective. Make sure if you take vitamins, make sure you're taking them, make sure you're well rested. I think the flu season might be a particularly bad one. Um, Not anything to be scared of, just it's kind of the energy I've been getting. Okay. 5 cards for Virgo, please. Getting an image of some birds. Some of you that maybe have lost a loved one recently, I'm sorry you've gone through that, and might even be a life partner. Uh, they might be speaking through you through birds. So note that if there's a bird that you see all the time outside of your window, getting while you're doing the dishes, I don't know who that's for. If you're seeing like kind of the same bird over and over again through a window in your house, know that that's actually a passed over loved one. So let's see what the animal oracles have to say. So Virgo, we get the butterfly spirit. I mean, this goes perfectly with what the reading's all been about. It's about transformation. Transformation is beautiful, growing and seeing beyond your current situation. So if you see some butterflies, know that's the universe just telling you you're on the right track. Um, the eagle spirit, the universe has your back. Uh, you're exactly where you're supposed to be in your life right now. And even though it might be a struggle, it might not be too. It just depends on your situation. Know that these leaps of faith, the universe has your back to make sure that you're protected this year. And then we get the bat spirit. Rebirth is assured. Yeah, I mean, the end of this dark cycle, if that really resonates with you, that rebirth is assured. I mean, it's going to happen this year. Things are going to get better. Um, Everything is going to be very positive for you this year. This is a good card too. The frog card, clear out the clutter. So if you're somebody that gets these racing thoughts, I'm hearing the phrase "why me, why me, why me." If you get those type of thoughts in your head that are racing, I call that clutter. And uh, I think the universe is telling you if you actually physically declutter, so if you have a closet that needs to be reorganized or a desk that needs to be reorganized, or if you need to take a bunch of clothes to Goodwill, um, by doing that physical action, that will help with the mental action. Again, that's not medical advice. This is just a tarot reading. And then I think this kind of sums it up, right? The wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. I think some of you have been through a lot, and maybe the first part of this year is also going to be a lot. Um, but it's going to come to an end. The bat spirit tells you rebirth is assured. So if you see a wasp, a frog, bat, butterfly, or eagle, and these can be in paintings, decor, anything like that, just know that that's the universe's way of saying you're right on track for the year 2025. I wish you nothing but peace and abundance this year, Virgo. Thanks for listening. Leave me a comment if it resonates and let me know. I really appreciate that. Thank you.